All right, I think we are live. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody is having a great day. It is the first day of fall, which I am super excited about because I love fall, especially up here in the Pacific Northwest. For those of you guys who maybe are hopping on here, maybe you heard about this Q&A in my challenge group. I also shared this with my team. So maybe some of you guys know me because I'm your coach and we're in a challenge group together. But if not, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Alexa Luckenbach, and I am a coach with Beachbody. And I am just super excited tonight to just answer a lot of the common questions that so many people have about coaching. I definitely had a lot of reservations before I decided to sign up to be a coach. And a lot of the preconceived notions, I guess you can say, I had about this, I realized after actually getting started with coaching and committing to it that all of the ideas and things that I had in my head before I started really weren't an issue. You know what I mean? So anyways, I wanted to just host this Q&A to help answer those questions that you might have about coaching. I have a list here of some of the common questions that I get, but if you have any questions, there should be a chat function on this video. You guys should be able to do it both on your phone or on the computer, whichever you're logging in from. But just go ahead, and if you have any questions while I'm talking, please go ahead and ask a question. But I really believe that the most important thing, when learning and hearing about this is just remember to have an open mind and an open heart. Because like I said, I was super skeptical about this before I committed and got started. So for those who don't know me, I just want to share a little bit about my story and how I got started as a coach. I actually began 3 years ago. Actually, October 15th is my coaching anniversary. So I'm coming up on 3 years that I have been a coach. And I got signed up as a coach after participating in my first challenge group. I had gone through years of trying and failing at so many different weight loss programs. I mean, you name it, I've probably tried it multiple times. And so I met my coach actually on a Facebook group. In this group with other women who were wanting to lose weight and just kind of like posting and sharing some tips and things for accountability. And I met my coach there. And she told me about a challenge group that she was hosting, which was basically this online support group with other women that were wanting to get healthy. And I would follow a nutrition plan, and I would have workouts, and I would be drinking this stuff called Shakeology once a day. And I talked to her about it, and I was like, I'm interested, but then I would always back out. I would give her excuses. And I went through those excuses for about 3 months before I looked back over those 3 months and realized that I had gone nowhere on my own. I had gotten zero progress by myself. So that was when I was like, okay, I need to figure this out. I need to get my health and fitness under control. I was a Taco Bell addict. I was drinking soda, like so many sodas every single day. Like my diet was horrible, and I wasn't making it happen on my own. So I finally committed. I joined a challenge group, and the first month it was just all about clean eating and Shakeology. I actually didn't even work out. I got my workout program, but I was living with my parents. They were super unhealthy. There was so many of us living under one roof. I didn't have any space really of my own. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on my nutrition. I drank Shakeology once a day, and I lost 11 pounds that first month. So I was hooked, so to say, on Shakeology. I loved it. It was making me feel so much better from the inside out. And so I signed up to be a coach strictly for the discount. As a coach, we get 25% off on all of Beachbody programs and Shakeology. So that was the only reason that I decided to sign up to be a coach. I actually had been a distributor with Advocare the year before I joined that challenge group. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Advocare before. It's another network marketing, health and fitness company. And so I had personally had a negative experience with it. And so I decided, you know what, I'm not doing this Beachbody coaching thing. Like, no, I had been pushed kind of into sales before, and I didn't like that. Plus, I didn't have a lot of time. I was still super overweight. I had probably lost, like I said, I lost 11 pounds that first month, but I was still 220 pounds, definitely in the obese BMI bracket. I did not look like a coach at all. And so, I just was not for it. But I was like, I do want that discount, though. You know what I mean? So I signed up, and I continued, though, to join my coaches challenge groups, and I continued continue to get results. I found myself just, sharing about my journey on social media just to hold myself extra accountable. And I started to have people asking me, what is this thing you're doing? Like, you're working out 25 minutes a day. At that time, I'd finally started to use T25, which was the first workout program I did with Beachbody. And I was like, I love this Shakeology stuff. It's amazing. It's giving me this energy. My cravings for Taco Bell are going away. And I just found myself just naturally talking about it and sharing my journey because I was feeling great. I was just using these programs and sharing and talking about it. And I had people wanting to, get started on their journey too. And this was the thing that I was so surprised about. I thought to myself, like, I can be a coach. I'm still overweight. I still have so far to go on my journey. But that was exactly why those people wanted to know how to get started, because they could relate with me. I was just a normal girl who looked just like them on their journey, but I was making it happen. I was showing up. I was doing these workouts. I was getting results. So that was inspiring to people. Sometimes, no offense to the beautiful bikini models out there, but sometimes you can't relate to that, right? I mean, I can't relate to somebody with a six-pack and, a bikini model competitor person. You know what I mean? Like, that's just intimidating to me. But somebody who looks like me and is on their journey and is doing, these workouts, from home, like, that was something I could relate to. So I kind of just, transitioned into loving, these programs and Shakeology and sharing it. And when I realized that, I could start to earn some income from this, and I could even, do this full time, like, I could make this challenge group thing my job, that was really when the light switch went on for me. And I really started to pursue this full time. So that's my story. Of course, I went for it. I was able to actually quit my full-time job after 6 months of working really hard at my business. And so I've been a full-time coach now for, I guess, 2 years, which is crazy. So I love this business, and I love sharing this opportunity with people. And I really hope that, I can get some of your questions answered so that you can decide and figure out if this is for you. Because it's not for everybody, and I'm totally okay with that. I'm not somebody who's going to try and get everybody to be a coach. Like, that's just not how it works. I'm not going to push anybody to do anything. I just want to be the person to share the information, answer those questions so you can make the right decision for yourself and for your family. So that's a little bit about me. So I just want to start off with some of the most common questions that I get. So I talked a little bit about, what is being a coach? What does a coach do? Basically, we work on ourselves. We use these programs, and we follow these nutrition plans, and we drink Shakeology, and we just share that opportunity, we share that journey with people, primarily through social media, and it's great because it's a win-win situation. Not only are you inspiring and motivating other people out there to get healthy as well, but it's extra accountability on your journey. Like I said, I started off as a coach just to hold myself accountable, and I started sharing just for accountability. And the more that I had people asking me questions and wanting to know what I was doing and even joining my challenge group, the more I wanted to stick with it and continue to get more results on my journey. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, well, the more results I get, the more people I'm helping, because they believe in this even more, and they're watching me through this journey, watching me lose weight before their eyes. You know what I mean? So I honestly think the people that have a journey ahead of them can be at an advantage if you take it that way. You know what I mean? So that kind of is another question that I was going to answer, which is, can you be a coach and still have a lot of weight to lose? Absolutely. Yes. That is a great thing that you can use to your advantage. Like I just said, you can use this opportunity to hold yourself extra accountable and show those results and be that example for people and show people what, what getting healthy can do for you. And you guys, there's literally no better feeling than having somebody say, like, wow, I feel amazing, or I'm able to fit into that bridesmaid's dress that was too tight on me a few weeks ago. Thank you. Like, that's actually something that one of my challengers messaged me, and it just filled my heart up. You know what I mean? It feels so good to be able to help people get healthy and really change their life. So, the next question is, what are the responsibilities of a coach? And really, I think that is totally up to you and your goals. Like I said, some people sign up to do this 100% because they just want to, get the discount and be part of the challenge groups for life. And if that's you, that is totally okay. We totally want you part of our community and part of our tribe, and help you with whatever your health and fitness goals are. And I'll also get your get your discount on your programs in Shakeology. Now, there's some people, though, who want to be able to build a business from this and consistently help people every single month and be able to earn an income and, pay off debt or, start their savings or, whatever. There's people that are really serious about this and want to take it all the way and really make this something substantial. So, it really depends on what your goals are. If you want to just be a part of this for the community and the support, that's totally okay. But if you are somebody who wants to make this a business, your responsibilities are obviously going to change. So I can't really answer that question. It really depends on you and what your goals are. And this is the great thing about our team specifically is we have training for all of our new coaches if that's something that you want to do. If you're somebody who wants to come in and build a business, we have training to help you with that. And if you're somebody, like I said, who really wants to make something happen with this, we can help you. We'll tell you what your responsibilities are. We'll tell you what the next steps are. You're not just expected to know all of that right off the bat. You know what I mean? So how much time do you have to dedicate to become a successful coach? Or, I get this all the time is I'm super busy. How am I going to be able to fit this in with everything else I have going on in my life? And the great thing about this is that, it doesn't matter how busy you are. You can make this happen. You can make this work if you're just super intentional and you can commit at least an hour a day. If you have at least 1 hour a day to sit down, focus, and really give your all, you can build a very successful business with this. I believe it 100%. You just have to be, like I said, super intentional and follow the plan that our team offers for you. But like I said before, that all just depends on your goals as well and how fast you want to achieve those goals. I'm not going to say that, building my business that first 6 months didn't take some sacrifice. It took a lot of sacrifice. I had to sacrifice some time after work with my husband and be working on my business instead of, hanging out and watching Netflix or something, you know what I mean? And I had to sacrifice some social events with my friends on the weekends, but it was worth it because I had big goals. I didn't want to be working at that job that I hated. I wanted to be able to be home and make my own hours, make my own schedule, not have to ask anybody for time off, be able to be with my dog all day. You know what I mean? Like all of that stuff was more important than that temporary sacrifice for 6 months. So it really just depends on what you want, what your goals are, and what you want to commit to it. I really think that that's like the best answer I can get. So can you be a full-time Beachbody coach or part-time? Like I said, this is all about you and whatever your goals are. Okay. So some people want to take this to the top and they want to be full-time and they want this to be their job. Some people want to do this just, as a hobby, and that is totally okay too. If you just like to share your journey and be a part of the challenge groups, and if people happen to ask you what it is you do, of course you're going to hook them up, but you're not necessarily going to actively pursue people. If that's what you want to do, that's totally fine. You get what you put into it, and no matter what it is that you want out of this, we're here to support you. We're not going to put our goals on other people. So whatever your goals are, whatever you want to make out of this, if you want to be full-time and go all in, we're going to help you make that happen. But if you just want to do this part-time, that is totally okay as well. Okay, so how do coaches earn money? That is another one that I get a lot of questions about. So there's actually several different ways that coaches can earn money. But when you first get started, the main way that you earn an income as a coach is through retail commissions, and you get a 25% commission on whatever programs or products you sell. So like I was sharing before, if you are talking about doing T25 and you're sharing about it and you have a friend who says, you know what, I've been seeing you do this T25 thing and drinking the Shakeology stuff, like I want to do that too. You help that person get started with a T25 challenge pack, and you'll get 25% commission on that, which is awesome. It's like referring people. And so what's really great is if you help 3 people every month, just 3 people, get started with a fitness program and Shakeology, you actually will earn enough to 100% cover the cost of your own Shakeology every month. So for me, as a new coach, that was actually what my first goal was. I was like, okay, I do not want to have to pay for my Shakeology. It was a little bit pricier for me. I loved it. I love Shakeology and what it's done for me. But yeah, it has a higher price tag because of, what great nutrition and great ingredients it has in it. So that was one of my first goals. I wanted to be able to cover my Shakeology costs. And when my coach told me, just help 3 people get started on their journey, I was like, okay, perfect. I can do that. And so I just made it my goal that month to be super committed to my own journey. I was sharing about T25. I was drinking my Shakeology. I was talking about it on social media. When people would comment or ask questions, I would reach out to them. In that first month, I was able to get my Shakeology 100% for free. And that was huge for me. You know what I mean? Like that was awesome to be able to cover that cost for myself and not have to worry about that coming out of my own pocket. You know what I mean? And from there, it just started to grow. First it started with just my Shakeology. Then it started to cover my Shakeology and the cost of my energy bill, right? And it started to cut down the costs of our living expenses and our bills, and it just started to relieve some of that financial stress. And it just started to grow from there. And of course, like I said before, it starts with just that 25% commission, but as you start to help people and build a team yourself, which by the way is one of the best parts of this business, meeting other people that also want to help people and build this business and create their own life by design, finding more people that are like that, your tribe, your people. When you start to build your own team, you can actually start to earn income in several different ways. And I'm not going to go all into that because, that could be a whole separate call on its own. But just know that, there's several different opportunities and ways. And it really, like I said before, depends on how committed you are. But like I said, I was able to actually, cover or earn, as much money with my Beachbody business that I was earning at my full-time job. And so it's possible. If you're somebody who really wants to start to earn an income and pay off that debt, and, for me, like one of my biggest goals right now, my husband and I live in an apartment. We want to be able to move into our own house. And, so being able to pay for things like that, that's huge to me. That's super important. I don't want to just continue to live in this one-bedroom apartment for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? I want to be in a house. I want to give my kids like the house, and have my kids grow up in the beautiful house and be able to get another dog, because Miley, our dog, is small and she needs a friend, and we want to get her a bigger dog, but we can't because of where we live. And so, anyways, whatever your goals are, whatever, motivates and inspires you, whatever your vision is, it just takes having that solid vision and having those goals. But we can help you get started and know what you got to do so that you can make that stuff happen. Okay. So do I need to have a great transformation to be a coach? I already talked about that. Let's see, what if I'm not a good salesperson? So that is one that I get a lot. And I can really relate to that because, like I said, I was super skeptical about this before I started. I did not want to get into another thing where I was pushed into sales. It was just not my jam. And so anybody who has that hesitation, I totally understand. I get it because that was me. But what I really learned, and just kind of doing this on my own without even realizing it, is that, this business isn't about selling. It's about sharing. It's about, number one, you can't work this business if you're not taking care of yourself, like number one. So that's one of the best things about this, is that the more people that you're able to help, the more that you're working on yourself, the more people that whose lives you can affect. We have these 4 vital behaviors, we call them, of coaching, which are basically the main things that you have to do to be successful as a coach consistently. And half of those vital behaviors have to do with you working on yourself, being a product of the product, which is basically using these programs, drinking Shakeology, sharing about that journey and sharing about that, with the people that you love and all of that kind of stuff. And the other is personal development. I could even go on and talk hours and hours about how much personal development has affected my life, but it's one of our vital behaviors because we believe so much that, you're not going to be able to help anybody else, and you're definitely not going to be able to help yourself if you're not working on your mindset and you're not growing from the inside out. Honestly, I was one of those people that really tried to resist personal development when I first got started with coaching. I'm going to be 100% honest. I was like, I'm not going to read those self-help books and be one of those people, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. But as I continued to go through my journey, and I started to hear all of these top coaches and successful coaches say, you've got to do your personal development. You've got to do your personal development. You're not going to be successful with this until you start doing it. I was like, all right, fine. Why don't I pick up a personal development book and see what this is about? The first book I read was The Secret, and that really opened up my eyes to how much personal development really can affect and change your life. I had a really negative mindset before I got started as a coach, and The Secret talks all about, the things that you dwell upon and the things that you're always thinking about are what you're going to attract into your life. And so if you are always a negative person, thinking negative thoughts and always saying, woe is me and this sucks and blah, 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 and I wish I had this and I wish I had that, and I wish my life was this way and whatever, you're just going to attract more of those negative things into your life. But the more that you practice abundance and love everything that you have in your life, and you're grateful and you give, even if you have, if you have 10 cents to your name, you give 5 cents away to somebody else. You know what I mean? That kind of a mindset, you're going to have abundance and good energy flowing to you. So anyways, I started to read The Secret and I was like, OMG, I am one of those people that's constantly, thinking negative. I always had a dark cloud, walking around with me because I hated my job. That was really like the catalyst of it all. I hated the job that I was working at when I first got started as a coach. And I would think about it all the time and how much I hated it. And it just felt like, every day it was awful day and a bad day at work. You know what I mean? It was because I was dwelling so much on the negativity and the bad things versus the good and being grateful and the abundance in my life. You know what I'm saying? So The Secret just totally changed my mindset and showed me how powerful personal development is. And so, as a coach, it's our job to do personal development every single day. It's our job to work on ourselves and just share that. And just share that growth and that transformation that we're having from the inside out, and just be honest and open with sharing that and being vulnerable and talking about ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? And one of, my favorite things that I read in my personal development this week is, be a river, not a reservoir. And so what that basically means is, instead of just, taking things in and, you learn things or whatever and you just keep it for yourself, right? In order to bring more into your life, you have to release what you have and you have to give. You know what I mean? And so I really think that that's what coaching is being a river. It's us, working on ourselves and learning and growing through personal development, through health and fitness. You know what I mean? And then sharing that and giving that gift to other people. It's amazing to see all of the coaches on my team and the challengers in my groups, and knowing that, all of those people were brought into my life, and I know them because I was just sharing my journey on Instagram. I was just a girl working on herself, and I was sharing that on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not about sales. We go back to this is the original question. I'm sorry, I go on tangents, but the question was, what if I'm not a good salesperson? This isn't about sales. It honestly isn't, because I am not a salesperson, and I did not want to be a salesperson. It's the reason why I did not like my experience before. Okay, so I understand, I get it. But we aren't salespeople, and I believe that to my heart, because I believe in these programs. I believe in these products. I've lost 80 pounds working out in my kitchen. Haven't stepped foot in a gym in 3 years. I've just been drinking Shakeology and following these plans and doing these workouts in my living room, and I've lost 80 pounds. Like, my belief, and I know this works because I'm a walking, talking example of it. You know what I'm saying? And so all I do is just share that with people. And it's like I said at the very beginning, it's a win-win situation, because not only am I able to inspire and help people, but I am able to keep myself extra accountable on my journey as well. I was your classic yo-yo dieter, you guys. I was a classic roller coaster dieter who would lose weight, gain it back, lose weight, gain it back, over and over. And the fact that, I'm going now on 2 years of, or no, what am I talking about? 3 years since I joined my first challenge group, and I haven't gained all that weight back. You guys, that's huge for me, and that's never has happened before in my life, and it's because of coaching and the accountability that it's provided me. So I can share 100% and say that I don't ever feel like a salesperson, ever, because I am just honest and truthful, and I'm working on myself, and I'm just using these programs to get healthy, and I'm sharing that with people. And, yeah, sales come from that, but not because I'm pushing and being a salesperson, just because I'm just being a person and sharing what's working for me. Hope that answers that question. Okay, so next question is, do I have to have a ton of knowledge about dieting and supplements and workouts and all that kind of stuff to be a coach? No, definitely not. The great thing about this is we have a huge, successful team with tons of coaches. We have so many resources. So, we have everything that you need to learn about this stuff as you go. And, one of the things I always like to remind people is you got to think about it like starting a new job or starting a new class, or your first day of college or high school, right? You don't come in on the first day and know everything that you would know on the last day of senior year, right? No, you come in, you take the beginner's course, learn the basics, and you do your assignments, and you learn as you go, and you make mistakes, and you figure it out, right? Same with your job. Like a new job that you start, it's the same process, and it's the same thing with coaching. You don't have to know everything. You'll learn about all that stuff. You'll learn about what the programs are and which program is going to be best for that. But in the meantime, that's why we have a team page. We have websites called the Coach FAQ where you can ask any question and get it answered. You know what I mean? This isn't about being the nutritionist or the fitness expert. The nutritionists, we already have the nutrition plans figured out. You don't have to make the nutrition plans for people. You know what I mean? Beachbody's already done that work. Same with fitness. You know, Shanti and Shalene and Tony and Autumn, those guys are the fitness experts, right? Listen to them. And I go to their YouTube channels and I grab resources from them all the time, and from Beachbody. Beachbody has so many resources in our coach office and just on their website, on their blog. So we have so many resources to help you with that stuff. You know what I mean? Our job is to be that support and accountability factor. That's the missing piece of the puzzle that most people don't have. People can Google any nutrition plan, any diet. They can go to Barnes & Noble. There's like a whole freaking diet section of diet books for things that they can try or things that they can buy online, right? But the one thing that people can't just Google or buy online is support and accountability. And that's oftentimes what people are missing, and they don't realize why they're not getting results. It's because they don't have the support and accountability. That's the reason why I was never able to have long-term results for so many years, because I didn't have a support and accountability. When things would get hard and when I would go off track and I would just be like, oh, I messed up, I'm done, whatever, I'm over this, I'm gonna go eat nachos for the rest of my life. Like, there's nobody there to push me to keep going and to motivate and encourage me and help me. And when I finally had that with my challenge group and my coach, you know, that was when I was able to have long-term results. So we are here to be that support and accountability, and to kind of, you know, help people, connect them to the right resources. You know what I mean? In my challenge groups, like, the stuff that I come up with and share with my challenge groups, I am not the person that comes up with that stuff. I'm just an expert info gatherer. You know what I mean? Like, I'll get the resources, and, you know, we have all these resources, like I said, available to our team, but I just go out and I find the information and I share it and I give them helpful things, because I'm just a normal person just like you who's trying to get on track, and I know the kind of things that I need help with. Like, for example, how do you eat healthy on a budget? Or what are some ways to help me stay extra accountable and motivated to continue with this journey? You know what I mean? Like, all of those things are, you know, how do we meal prep? All of those things. Like, that's the type of stuff that people need help with, that basic everyday, like, how do I start to create a healthy lifestyle? And so I just connect people with the right resources. And like I said, we have all that available to our coaches as well. Okay, coming near the end here. So what kind of training will I get as a coach? And I kind of already mentioned this, but we have an amazing new coach training that was put together by 6 elite coaches on our team. Now, you guys, elite is a program, I guess you can say, that consists of the top, like, 0.001% of the coaches in our network. Excuse me. There are 500,000 coaches, and only the top 0.001% are represented as elite. Okay, myself, I'm actually one of those elite coaches this year. So there are 6 elite coaches on our team, and we all came together and put together the most amazing 21-day new coach training program, and we really lay it out for you. We have a daily tracker with everything that you need to be doing. We have so many resources. We lay it all out for you. We have daily training videos that are only 10 minutes long. We have a new coach training webinar. I mean, we have a team page. You guys, like, literally, we have so much training to help you get started with coaching, and you can take it at your own pace as well. If you are somebody who is gung-ho and ready to do this, you can take this training and power through it in one weekend and, you know, get going. Or if you're somebody who just wants to take this at, you know, your own time, that is totally okay as well. Like I said at the very beginning, like, this is all about you and your goals and what you want to get out of it. Maybe you don't even want to do any training. That's totally fine. But just know that we do have this, and we put a lot of work into it, and it's an amazing process that works. And it's been put together by some of the best coaches in the network. So, not to toot my horn, but it's awesome. It's a great training, and, you know, we have not only that, but just so many other resources available to our team. Okay, so coming up here on the last question, which is, you know, the one that we get the most, is how do I get started? How do I sign up as a coach? And, you know, we have a couple different ways and options that you can get started as a coach. So first off, you know, and the route that I like to go is getting started with the challenge pack. So a challenge pack is a fitness program, nutrition plan, and Shakeology all bundled together in a discounted price. Okay, we have a ton, like, the most popular ones are actually all on sale this month. And they're the best challenge pack price. So, you know, you get your challenge pack, you get set up with a fitness program, you get set up with a nutrition plan, you get set up with a, you know, box of Shakeology or a bag of Shakeology, whatever you want. And And along with that, your coach sign-up fee is waived, and you don't have to pay for that, which is awesome. Okay, so if you are somebody, though, who signed up with a challenge pack before, so this, I have a lot of challengers who I think are on, and a lot of them, if you bought a challenge pack maybe at the beginning of the month when you first got started, and you're like, okay, yeah, I want to join, I want to get started. What you can do is actually pay your coach $40 coach sign-up fee. And then once you get signed up and you get all set up and you complete your enrollment, complete your fee, you can go into your back office, and your coach, either myself or whoever your coach is, you can go to the back office, fill out a form, and get that $40 refunded, okay, since you already bought a challenge pack. So if you're somebody who either A, you want a new program, or maybe you want 90 days of Beachbody On Demand. Beachbody On Demand, side note, is amazing, and I really recommend it. You can get a 90-day subscription of Beachbody On Demand bundled with Shakeology. So for those of you who maybe already got a program and you already got Shakeology, but maybe you want a different flavor, or maybe you want to try Beachbody On Demand and add that on with your other program. You can get a challenge pack, sign up, won't have to pay that $40 fee at all, and you'll be a coach and you're going to get started. Or if you're like, no, I just want to sign up with the $40 fee, you can do that as well. Pay your $40, fill out the form, and then you'll get it refunded if you purchased a challenge pack before. And then there's a last option, which I don't recommend. If you've never drank Shakeology and you've never used a program, I would not recommend even signing up to be a coach, because and also and you're not planning on purchasing a program or Shakeology, like, I don't recommend going that route. I think that makes no sense. So this is option C, which would be to sign up just with the $40 fee, but you wouldn't have a fitness program, you wouldn't want a nutrition, you wouldn't have a nutrition plan, you wouldn't be drinking Shakeology. So again, I shouldn't even say that option, because I don't think that it's the best way to go. Because why are you getting started as a coach if you're not going to be working on your own health and fitness goals? Because that's what we do. That's the whole point, is for you to work on yourself and be the best version of you and get results. And so if you're not doing that, then I don't recommend signing up to be a coach, to be totally honest. So those are your options. Either if you've signed up with a challenge pack before, get going with your $40 fee and you can get it refunded. Or if it's been a while, or you want to add on Beachbody On Demand or get another program or whatever, sign up with a challenge pack as a coach at the same time, and you won't have to even pay that $40 fee at all. Okay, so that is about it. I don't think I got any other new questions throughout the Q&A, but you guys, those are pretty much all of the most popular questions that I get, most common questions that I get. But I just wanted to nail it home that I think the biggest misconception that so many have is that they have to be as gung-ho as me or some of the coaches on our team who love this and who have this as their full-time jobs. And I know that that's not everybody's goal, that's not everybody's jam, and that is totally okay. You can totally be a part of this, just for the discount for the community. We want people like that, because that's just extra accountability and encouragement and support in our challenge groups. You know what I mean? So if that's you, that's totally okay. But also know too that the potential with this is amazing, and I have been able to do so many different things because of coaching and being able to have so much time freedom and never ever having to worry about am I can I take these days off of work, or can I go on that vacation? Do I have enough time off? You know what I mean? I don't ever have to worry about that again. I can take days off when I want. I can work wherever I want. I don't have to worry about where I'm at. If my husband and I want to move across the country tomorrow, we can do that if we wanted to, and I'd still have a job and wouldn't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? And when we don't have kids yet, but we do want kids, and both of my parents grew up, or when I was growing up, both of my parents worked full time, and so I want to be able to be home with my kids and take them to school and be able to chaperone all of their field trips and go to all their recitals and their games. My parents weren't able to ever do any of those things, so that's important to me. And being a coach is giving me that opportunity, that time freedom, that financial freedom. I have a lot of debt, and I'm working on paying off debt. And being a coach is allowing me to grow my income more, so that I can not just get a 3% raise every single year like most people do every single year, 3% raise, but being able to grow my income and push hard for my goals, and build something from the ground up and have that be something that can reward me and my husband and our family financially, and knowing that I'm doing so by helping people and not selling shoes online, which is what my goal was, or not my goal, my job was before, where I was working before. It was selling shoes and working on online shoe sales, and that was not really anything I was passionate about. Didn't feel like I had much of a purpose, and now I do. Seeing people that are changing their life and getting healthier and feeling better about themselves and building self-esteem and confidence, and me working on myself and the fact that I've been able to stick with my own journey. Like, there's just so many great things that come out of coaching. So just know that no matter how big or small you want your goals to be, we are all here to support you, and we hope that you will get started with us. So I encourage you, if you are ready to do this, reach out to your coach, reach out to myself if I am your coach, or I'm the person that got you started in our challenge group, or person that you've been talking with, and reach out, let us know, be like, I want to get started as a coach, I'm ready to get started, and we will help you either get started with your coach fee or get you started with a challenge pack, whichever option you need to go. But thank you so much to everybody for hopping on tonight. I hope I answered some of your questions, and I really hope to see some of you guys on our team soon. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and chat with you guys soon. Bye.